Welcome to RTDNA Today. I'm your host, Rodrigo Rivera, and on this episode we will talk about campus updates, stress relief tactics, the weekly music segment, and more national news. This week, Nichols community has been following a developing story about a professor getting suspended. Hannah Robert has the latest.
After receiving a Title IX complaint about sexual harassment or sexual violence, a Nichols professor was suspended from teaching this weekend. Before this complaint, Dr. Joseph Takash, a geography professor, was informed that his contract would not be renewed after this semester. Takash informs his students through an email that he would not be back. Takash said, "Some of you may be already aware of this, but I'm leaving. That's right, I am leaving Nichols. However, do not be scared. I will continue teaching this class until the end of the term. But let me give you some background. Nichols is a shit show. There's no other way to put it. The last few months, I have been under attack from what is called the Grade Inflation Task Force. This is a group that tries to make all professors have even grade distribution. I try to explain to them that my students have high grades because I'm actually involved in the class and teach them, unlike other professors you have here. I have repeatedly told them that I will not change my classes to fit their formula. So last week, I was told they don't want me to come back for the fall semester. Well, little did they know, I've had other universities scraping at the chance to get me to come there and teach. So I view this as a blessing in disguise."
And I was called into a meeting with the dean and my department chair. And that is when I found out that I was not coming back. So that was not a me thing. That was something they did. And they said, your contract's not being renewed after the spring semester. And I started to put two and two together, and it's like, okay, well, that's the reason that I see why they did that.
Some students were already uncomfortable about things going on in his class. Takash gave an optional bonus point assignment where students in cultural geography would paint their faces like geisha, clowns, or other looks.
And that's an assignment in one of my classes where they actually come up with their own face paint and makeup design inspired by a culture, and they implement it.
But there may be more to this assignment as we looked into things he has done in the past. 3 years ago, while at Kent State University in Idaho, Takash posted this on his Reddit after he had students do similar assignments. "I have a face paint fetish and convinced the cute girls in my class to let me paint their faces. I'm not very good, but there is something about applying thick white clown makeup on them that I like. I started getting more and more adventurous painting one's entire body white." Nichols students explained what he had them do here.
"Okay, I'll do it." And he's like, "How many bonus points do you want?" And I was like, 20? I don't know, this doesn't matter to me, I don't care. So I just listed a really ridiculously high number, thinking he'd be like, no, and he was like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Oh my gosh.
I was perfect A.
Oh gosh.
So
yeah.
it really didn't matter, but he really wanted me to come do the bonus point assignment or whatever, so I was like, this is so weird. I'm joking, I was like, I want to be a clown, I always wanted to go to clown school, so I'll do a clown. And he's like, "Do you want me to do the face paint for you?" And I was like, "No, that's fine, I can do it myself." So I'm just putting this face paint on me, and then finally the other girl shows up, and then she starts putting it on me, and he's just kind of really happy. Watching it happen, he's smiling and giggling, and hee hee, just watching us paint each other's faces.
Yeah, she went in with a friend, they did the whole face paint thing.
She did?
Too. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if she actually went in. But, and then he probably does.
Some of them are contacted outside of class on social media.
During the summer, after school's all over, I get a follow request from someone on Twitter, and the Twitter handle is geography.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this is obviously him. He signs off every single email with Department of Geography. So I tweet at him. I accept his request. I tweet at him. I said, "At geography, were you my geography professor?"
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Yes." And then I was like, oh, okay. But before I had tweeted that at him, I looked at his followings to see who's he following? Is this my professor or not? So it was Jay Clune, people that were doctors, and then it was a bunch of accounts that were bimbo clown, big booby honking clown, 18 plus OnlyFans clown.
Oh my gosh.
And he was tweeting at girls I'll pay you $20. I'll send you $20 if you paint yourself as like a geisha or whatever. And I was like, oh my god, he's a creep. That's so weird. Like, I can't believe this. And then after I had like tweeted at him, like the next day, his Twitter account, either he like blocked me or he privated it or deleted it. It got deleted, I don't know, but it was gone the next day. And my friend sent me a Reddit account. It was like, you need to look at this. And it was, she looked up on Reddit, it was geography. And it was like him tweeting from like years ago.
So he was like, I have a last wish. I have a final wish. So can I please do a face paint job on you? That's one of my last wishes before I leave.
The university received a complaint in October of 2022 about him allegedly harassing a student on social media. Paul Wilson addressed Takash's students over the weekend in an email. Wilson said, Dr. Takash has been suspended as the instructor of this course for the remainder of the semester, and it is absolutely not because of grade inflation. For now, you will not have class on Monday. Rest assured, because of this unforeseen circumstance, we'll be flexible and not make hasty decisions without considering the best interests of the students in this course. I wish I had more information right now, but this happened quickly. Look for an email from me early next week. Also, if there's anything you need to share with me, please do not hesitate. I'm a husband and a father of 2 daughters, and I take the concerns of Nichols students quite seriously and do my best to assist and address it in a professional and timely manner. As this story keeps developing, KNSU TV and the Nichols Worth will keep you updated. I'm Hannah Robert with KNSU TV.
Nichols State is making progress through a new program that will be used in classes. Here's Brogan Burns with more information.
Changes are coming to Nichols State University. At the beginning of March, Jared David announced a change from Moodle to Canvas in an email to faculty and students. The move was originally suggested by the Faculty Senate and eventually accepted by the university. Some students are positive about the move to Canvas and believe the university is acting in the interests of students and faculty.
It's a matter of evolving and adapting because like the world's changing, school is changing, and I definitely think it's just their effort to, I guess, keep up with what everybody else is doing. I have not seen Canvas yet, but from what I've heard, it makes it a lot easier on the professors, and hopefully it makes it just as easy on the students.
One student addressed the concerns that other students may be having.
Some students are probably a little bit worried because change is scary in any part of our lives, so I feel like they may be a little put out of place from this, but we'll see.
There may not be much backlash amongst faculty, but some professors have their concerns.
I think as a faculty member, my biggest concern is all the courses that over time we've built in Moodle, all the links, all the assignments, and knowing that there's a chance that all of those courses can't be copied over. I know right now they're in the process of copying over any courses that we're teaching in the fall, but then there are those classes that we don't teach all the time. So for example, I teach an environmental communications class every once in a while, and I've got that Moodle page really built out, very, very detailed with links and resources. And so all of those things, if it's not copied over, I have to start from scratch. So I think as a faculty member, that's my biggest concern.
Though there are concerns, there is also a sense of optimism for the future.
I'm not inherently opposed to switching platforms. I think it's just that over the last few years, we've had so much turmoil and change, starting with COVID, having to learn new ways of doing things, that I think maybe faculty are just a little bit tired. And it's a little nerve-wracking, the thought of having to start learning something new at the moment. But like everything else, I'm sure in time we'll get used to it, and I've heard that it's actually a pretty good system.
Reporting for the Red and Gray Network, I am Brogan Burns.
The Nichols Art Department and community unite to support art students. Here's Trinice Cannon with more.
The Nichols Art Department hosted its annual Artworks event on Tuesday. The Open Studio fundraiser consisted of an art sale and silent auction with art created by students and community members. The night was filled with activities for guests, including pottery throwing, photo development, and steam roll printing, alongside a live band and food for guests.
A lot of what we do within the art department, it's hard to explain to people who aren't in art. So I really am grateful for when they take the time out of their day to come and learn about it, because it's really supporting us in a lot of ways. A lot of the money that is raised here tonight goes back directly to the students, whether that is through equipment or mini grants, which can help a student like me travel to a conference or send my artwork off into a big competition in another state. I'm pretty indecisive when it comes to art because a lot of it's so much fun for me. A lot of the printmaking is really interesting to watch. I'm in a couple sculpture classes along with my graphics classes right now, so they're forging outside and they're gonna make something really cool to see by the end of the night. And I love how they can also print your own letterforms upstairs and you can take them home.
Donors also expressed their feelings towards the event and students of Nichols Art.
It's really great. It's a great event. My daughter's an art major, so that's why I'm here, and it's just so fun to participate and know that it goes to the students. I hope that they can benefit from this. I know it provides scholarships, and that they have what they need to go out into the world and find what they love to do.
The Nichols Art Department intends on hosting this event again next year in support of students and their education. Reporting for the Red and Gray Network, I'm Trinice Cannon.
Philip Landry highlights how the campus keeps stress levels down. Let's see what's happening.
A small nonprofit organization has been making waves in the local community by promoting dog adoptions at Nichols State University. The organization, called Rescue Revolution, has been working tirelessly to find loving homes for dogs in need, and it has been challenging.
Mainly just for the students and for the dogs that are on that road to socialization. Coming to a campus to try and push for fostering or adopting is a little bit tougher because it takes commitment.
The organization teamed up with the Nichols Psychology Club to allow students to unwind after midterms while also giving Rescue Revolution a chance to promote adoption.
We like to partner with rescues and give the animals a chance for adoption while also giving students a chance to relax and play with them.
Rescue Revolution continues to promote dog adoptions in other areas of the community as well. With their passion for animal welfare and dedication to finding loving homes for dogs in need, there's no doubt that this small nonprofit will make a big impact. You can learn more at rescue-revolution.business.site. Reporting for Nichols News, I'm Philip Landry.
The weekly Q&A asks Vernon F. Galliano Dining Hall, what is your favorite cereal? Tori Trahan gives the insider.
This is Tori T with RTDNA, and we're out here asking the question, what is your favorite cereal? Let's go.
My favorite cereal is Honey Nut Cheerios.
My favorite cereal is Reese's Puffs.
It's Honeycomb.
Frosted Mini Wheats.
Frosted Flakes are Apple Jacks.
My favorite cereal is Cocoa Puffs.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Can't go wrong with it.
My favorite cereal is Reese's.
My favorite cereal is Cocoa Puffs. It's Captain Crunch.
Reese's Puffs.
Rice Krispies.
Favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
My favorite cereal is Apple Jacks.
My favorite cereal is Corn Flakes.
My favorite cereal is Cocoa Pebbles.
My favorite cereal is Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
My favorite cereal is Pops.
My favorite cereal is Reese's Puffs all day, every day.
My favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
My favorite cereal growing up was Frosted Flakes.
Craves.
Also Frosted Flakes.
My favorite cereal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Nichols SAI Theta Theta chapter performed their spring musicale yesterday at 5:30 p.m. Here's my coverage on the event. A concert took place last night in the Marian Al Danos Theater in Talbot Hall and featured a variety of musical performances from both the student and faculty musicians. The concert was organized by one of the university's Greek music organizations, Sigma Alpha Iota.
SAI is a music fraternity that serves both women and non-binary identifying people. We specialize in music and we specialize in service. Tonight we had our Spring into Music How, which Ashlyn can talk about a little bit further.
We did a few of our book songs, and then we did some like individuals. We had some of our sisters give good solos. We had some of our faculty members, so in SAI we can have faculty members come and join us, and some of them gave performances tonight as well.
So we just want to fulfill some of our national objectives, and one of them is to further music in our community, so that's what we did tonight.
The concert also featured a performance by the members of Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia, the other Greek music organization.
Well, we're a group of guys that love music, and we get together and we make music, and we like to spread music throughout the world, maybe like through a nursing home or performing on campus, for example. Well, we usually have choir rehearsals where we get together and, we pound stuff out and hope it sounds good, and I hope people like our finished products.
This event provided an opportunity for the performers to connect with each other and share their love of music with the wider community. Overall, the concert was a huge success. It was a chance for the university community to come together and support one another. We look forward to seeing more events like this in the future. Reporting for Nichols News, I'm Rodrigo Rivera. The new indoor football facility is finishing up the final details. Kerwin with KNSU TV covers this topic.
Nichols State Athletics Department recently began construction on a new covered practice facility for our football team. The $5.3 million addition will be 81,000 square feet and the only of its kind in the Southland Conference, giving the Colonels another advantage on game week. And as of late, players like Colin Guggenheim have been expressing the shared excitement for the new weapon in their arsenal.
I think the indoor facility is going to be great for us. I really like that we're going to have somewhere else to practice under, especially some serious conditions when it starts raining or it's real cold or something. Just give us a better place to practice and be more efficient. And I mean, it's good. I mean, Nichols is getting the bigger and better things, and to have the only indoor facility in the entire conference, I mean, that means a lot. As a player, I mean, you got something to look forward to in these next couple years.
This has been Kerwin Mitchell reporting for KNSU TV.
Busy right now, apparently.
Delaney Ligori highlights KNSU Radio's weekly music segment with the station's program director. Let's see what she has to say.
Hi, my name is Claire Melvin. I'm the program director at KNSU radio station at Nichols State, and the album I'm covering today is Super 8 by Conan Gray. Super 8 is the sophomore studio album from American singer-songwriter Conan Gray. It released on June 24th, 2022. With a 44-minute runtime and 13 dreamy bedroom pop tracks, Gray tackles the idea of generational love, trauma, heartbreak, and growth. The album was a critical success, earning an 85 out of 100 on Metacritic and debuting at number 9 on the US Billboard Hot 100. The release was followed by a world tour spanning 13 countries and 4 continents. The album shows incredible growth in Conan Gray's talent and versatility. It's a mix of dance, synth, and indie pop with poetic lyrics. I think this album is a great example of raw vulnerability from an artist. It's introspective and more mature than his previous album, Kid Crow. My favorite songs from the album are Disaster and Family Line. One song is a doomed love story that never seems to end, and the other is about dealing with generational trauma and reflecting about honor as an adult. And this was one of my favorite new albums from 2022, and if you're a fan of pop, you should definitely check it out. I know he became popular because his last album, Kid Crow, kept trending on TikTok with the songs like Heather, all that. And some of these songs trended too, which contributed greatly to his success and his popularity. He uses the same music producer as Olivia Rodrigo, so it's a similar sound to her in a way. Although I think his music's better. 1 out of 10? I'd rate it a solid 8. I feel like there could have been some improvements. Some songs don't feel like they fit on the album, like the song Best Friend. It probably could have just been a single by itself because it doesn't fit the whole theme, but mostly it's pretty cohesive and good. I'm Claire Melvin, and this was your weekly music segment. We'll see you next week.
After this, the RTDNA Show will be back with national news.
Yes, sir. We'll get right on that. I'll see you in the morning, okay? All right, bye. I'm going to need you to pull the 2 coordinates for the DOQQ. TLU Communication needs to build a new tower to fill a gap in their cell coverage, and they're going to need a clear line of sight between that tower and their antenna. I'm downloading the DTM for a cross-section view. We're going to have to get that hill ground truth to find out what's there.
There's a field crew in that vicinity. I can make the call.
Okay, what do you need? We have a mature pine plantation about 60 feet tall.
There's a clear line of sight at 175 feet and above. That's how tall they'll need to build. All right, looks good. Print it off. All right, here's the information on the hill we were looking at. It seems perfect for your new tower.
We'll start construction immediately. Thanks for getting this so quickly. In the past, we'd have to wait weeks.
You gotta love modern geomatics.
More like geo magic. We need boundary and topographic survey.
Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston return to the scene of the crime in the sequel to their Netflix movie, Murder Mystery. Rick Damigella reports.
Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston are back on the case in Murder Mystery 2.
Do you remember what happened last time we went on a getaway?
Yeah, some people died.
A lot of people.
You'd think 5 people dying's a lot.
Okay.
The private detective duo finds themselves on a case that leads them to Paris.
We lucked out. I mean, we're also dealing with a pandemic, so it wasn't like we could go crazy in the streets but you're still in some beautiful places.
Gotta say, some pretty good room service there.
Pretty beautiful, yes.
Yeah.
And great streets, beautiful streets.
Great
Walking the
streets.
streets of Paris.
This guy used to be a soccer player. He headbutted some dude one time and put him into a coma.
Yeah, I know. I hit him so hard, he lost his ability to blink. You know, it's a comedy. And you need suspects. And you need the suspect that is the womanizer, ex-football player.
That's quite the plate. Do they not have food where you come from?
Working with 2 absolute legends who were kind and collaborative and build a really amazing, fun set around them. And it was just, I had a really good time doing this and playing this character that was so delicious to play.
The Maharaj has been kidnapped. And all of you are suspects.
We're not going to be invited anywhere ever again.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
2 of the biggest names in country music are teaming up for one of the industry's biggest nights of the year.
Are you ready for the party of the year, Gar?
You know I am, Dolly.
Let's party, party, party!
Wednesday, the Academy of Country Music Awards announced Dolly Parton and Garth Brooks will host its 58th annual awards ceremony this year. Parton is an iconic singer and songwriter.
Are you ready for the
This
party
is not
of the
her
year,
first
Gar?
time hosting the ceremony. It will be a first for Brooks, who just ended a world tour and is getting ready for his Las Vegas residency. Both will take the stage of the 58th Academy of Country Music Awards on May 11th. The ceremony will be streamed live on Amazon Prime Video. Fans of Wes Anderson are getting a preview of the film director's upcoming comedy. Focus Features dropped the trailer for Asteroid City Wednesday. The movie tells the fictional story of an American desert town in the 1950s that undergoes a world-changing event. From the trailer, it appears to be an alien invasion. The movie features a slew of big names in Hollywood, including Tom Hanks, Margot Robbie, and Scarlett Johansson. Asteroid City is expected to make its world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. It will then hit theaters on June 16th for limited release, before a wider release on June 23rd. Leonardo da Vinci's painting may have had a secret ingredient. According to a new study, old masters like Da Vinci, Sandro Botticelli, and Rembrandt may have used egg yolk in their oil paintings. Trace quantities of protein have been detected in the classic paintings. While it was originally believed to have been from contamination, researchers now say it was intentional. They say adding egg yolk could tune the properties of the oil paint in drastic ways, such as showing age and brush strokes differently. It would also make the paint more resistant to humidity. The study was published Tuesday in the journal Nature Communications. Priyanka Chopra Jonas is explaining why she left Bollywood for Hollywood. On a podcast Monday, she said people were not casting her and she felt like she was being pushed into a corner of the industry. The Matrix Resurrection star had a thriving career in Bollywood before she came to the US, but says at the time that she was tired of the politics and needed a break. She had an opportunity to travel to the US and work in the music industry, and signed a deal with Interscope Records as a singer in the early 2010s. She later started pursuing roles in Hollywood instead of Bollywood, landed a starring role in Quantico, and continued to have a successful career in Hollywood. Taylor Swift fans have been demonstrating in Los Angeles, where about 300 Swifties are taking Ticketmaster to court Monday. The lawsuit alleges the company engaged in fraud, price fixing, and antitrust violations. That's after many fans couldn't get Eras tour tickets without paying scalpers inflated prices. The plaintiffs argue Ticketmaster has a monopoly that allows it to charge high fees and take advantage of fans. It owns 70% of the market after merging Live with The Nation in 2010, and some fans want regulators to undo that combination. A future wizard is on the way. Actor Daniel Radcliffe, who famously played Harry Potter, announced he and his longtime partner Aaron Dark are expecting their first child. The couple has been together for 10 years. Radcliffe has previously said he would not mind if his future children wanted to follow in his footsteps and be involved in movies. But he says he wants to protect them from fame. Sir Elton John and Prince Harry made an appearance at London's High Court Monday. They were there for the start of a preliminary hearing in a lawsuit against the owner of the Daily Mail. A group of high-profile figures is suing Associated Newspapers Limited for alleged illegal information gathering. The plaintiffs also include Elizabeth Hurley, Sadie Frost, David Furnish, and Doreen Lawrence. The group accuses the publisher of hiring private investigators to plant listening devices in homes and cars to record private calls. They also claim the publisher would pay corrupt police officials to get inside information, engage in impersonation and deception to get medical records, and hack into bank accounts and financial transactions. The publisher has rejected the allegations as a preposterous smears. That's it for RTDNA today. Thanks for watching. I'm Rodrigo Rivera, and we will see you next week.